Hey, what's up? This is Elvis, Derrick with Elvis Presley himself. But Belle, she's our cool cat I'll read about when Elvis is king. So get a groove on. What's up, Belle?
Elvis is born, but alas, he is born in a humble shack on the wrong side of the railroad tracks, beside where the poor rest of the poor people live, down, down, down in the deep south, Tupelo, Mississippi. Elvis' daddy is arrested. He forged a check, which is like stealing money. Now he's got to go to jail, leaving Elvis and his mama all alone to fend for themselves for 14 months. Times is hard. Tiny Elvis sings in church because he feels it through and through. Because there ain't nothing better for the soul than singing. Because singing is the reason Elvis was brought into this world. Country Fair Talent Show. Look at little Elvis up on stage. Shy as he can be, 10 years old. So small he has to stand on a chair to reach the microphone. When he opens his mouth to sing, a tearjerker song about a doll that dies, everybody listens to every word when he is done. Clapping and hooting. Elvis is loved. What a feeling that is. Fifth prize. Hardware store guitar. There it is, hanging from a strap behind the counter. When pennies she saved. Mama buys her 11-year-old birthday boy the most important gift he would ever receive. It would be the key to his salvation. Elvis sings in school, and he plays his little guitar too, all the time. Sure, it gets him in trouble, but that's nothing compared to the joy it brings him. The moment in the African American church. From the dusty road, little Elvis hears some gospel singing. Goes to peek in the window, and good Lordy mercy, he ain't never heard nothing that sweet before. The first cheeseburger ever eaten by Elvis. Is the first of many cheeseburgers Elvis will eat. Bought with pennies his mama had saved at the diner in tiny downtown Tupelo, where everybody stares, 'cause mama ain't wearing no shoes. Snicker, snicker, snicker. Acting from Tupelo, with all their belongings packed into the rusty 39 Plymouth. Mama, Papa, and 13-year-old Elvis are headed for the open road to Memphis to start a new life, hopefully a better one. But on their first night there, without enough money to buy even 3 cheeseburgers, they dine on peanut butter and banana sandwiches in the car, which is also where they spend the night. Elvis' first apartment in Memphis. And so it goes. Elvis, Mama, and Papa all cooped up in one dirty room, sharing a bathroom down the hall with their neighbors. It isn't a rough part of town, it is what they can afford. Elvis' first job, with a mama who's often sick, and a daddy who don't work much. Teenage Elvis is the one who makes what little money his family has. Working nights as a ticket taker and a movie theater. So it comes to pass that this poor boy, falls asleep a lot in class. Train, coming round the bend. What would you do if you were just a poor country boy? In the big city, aching to be something more, crazy to be loved. The way of starving to all crazy food. What crazy plans might you concoct? Lie in bed at night, listen to the freight trains passing by. Shazam! A blonde boy turns into a black-haired teenager with the help of some hair dye and hair wax. Teenage Elvis changes himself into something that turns people's heads. The green pants, the pink shirts, the checkered jackets are bought at a second-hand store. It all adds up to "Look at me!" High school talent show. Weird teenage Elvis with his crazy hair and crazy clothes and dirty poor country boy shyness walks on stage with his guitar, then knocks him dead with his song. Something happens, something big when he's up there. He is no longer shy. He can be wherever he wants to be. Let loose, go crazy. He feels love. And boy, does that feel good. The first love of Elvis. Her name is Dixie Locke. And just the sight of her helps tongue-tied teenage Elvis relax and be himself and talk. I want to be with her forever and ever. Beale Street Blues. Recent high school graduate Elvis strolling in and strolling out of every music club he passes. Listen to the blues, feeling the blues, getting ideas for some blues he like to sing. Elvis publicly declares his mission in life. Driving down the street, he reaches to a halt, jumps out of the car and yells, "I'm gonna be the biggest star in the world!" The first record. As a present for his mama, perfect son Elvis goes downtown to a place called Sun Studios where you can record yourself singing. He also makes real records of big-time singers and slight Elvis known as this. The owner asked him what he sounds like. Sounds like nobody, he says, then pays it $3.98 to record a song called My Happiness. This is the first song recorded by Elvis, though no one hears it but a couple of people. A call from the record company. One time Elvis gets home from his day job driving a truck. His mama tells him he got a call. On the neighbor's phone calls, they can't afford one. It was from Sun Records. They want Elvis to make a real record. That would be for sale. Overjoyed, Elvis jumps up and down and walks on the ceiling and then flies. Elvis tries to make a real record, but he's just sitting in this chair, not moving, not excited, not feeling his voice. The recording guy just shakes his head. Elvis tries to make a real record. Take two. Elvis and the other musicians are goofing around, doing a break, having fun with a popular blues song called That's All Right. Elvis is standing up now and shaking his hips and doing these crazy moves with his knees and making his voice all wobbly. The recording guy perks up. Let's record that. First Elvis song ever played on the radio, but Elvis is nowhere to be seen. He's hiding out in the movie theater. He's scared. What if people hate his song? What if it's a flop? First Elvis song ever played on the radio. Take two. Meanwhile, while Elvis is hiding in the dark, teenagers are calling the radio station like crazy. 5,000 requests for That's All Right. The song is played 15 times in one night. People are losing their minds over some person named Elvis. Something big is happening here. First time the world gets to see the brand new Elvis. It's just a couple weeks later, he's so nervous he can't stop shaking. Even when he walks on stage, even when he starts to sing. But that shaking starts an avalanche of screaming in a good way. So it begins. Brand new Elvis now knows what to do on stage. And he will never forget. It is a thing to behold. The 147 cheeseburger ate by Elvis. Boy, does that taste good, big and juicy. Ketchup and mustard oozing out of it. And the best spice of all, success. Girls come up to him, batting their star-struck eyes, itching to get up close. First heartbreak of Elvis. Good-looking heart from Elvis, surrounded by girls traveling around, is drifting apart from his one true love, his darling Dixie Lock. And then it's over. He will never love like that again. Love on Elvis is a heartbroken mess. Now he's got something to sing about. It is a blessing in disguise. Heartbreak Hotel. On night outside of Memphis, Elvis recorded a song about a sad hotel that rise up to number one on the pop charts. Number one. All over America, people buy his record. Elvis is rich, Elvis is loved, but the words to his song are, I'm so lonely, I get so lonely, I could die. Arrival of the screaming teenage girls, sobbing about the way he swivels his hips and wiggles his knees, or curls his upper lip and shakes his voice and seems to be in love with each and every person in the audience, drives the girl out of their minds. They ain't never seen nothing like this before. No one has. What is this crazy music anyway? Is it country music? Sort of, but it's got too much of a beat. Is it rhythm and blues? Yep, a little bit. It's blues. It's the music Elvis heard in the African American church. It's black music sung by a suffering white man. It's more than the sum of its parts. It's rebellious and exciting, and something teenagers did. It's rock and roll, baby. And Elvis is its king, the biggest star in the world has ever known. And that's the end of Elvis is King. So peace out, man. Don't forget to subscribe with that big old bell you gotta hit.